Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Well, the day started out great. I was going to oven sanitize about 10 or 12 pounds of pasta that I had, and I wanted to put it in the oven, sanitize it, and then I wanted to vacuum seal it. That was my goal. That was my plan. That was plan A. But as you will see in a moment, things don't always go as planned. So I had the pasta on my lowest setting of 170 for 30 minutes to kill off any bugs. So I proceeded to vacuum seal my pasta after it was cool out of the oven. But as you can see, even through this brown paper bag, it is poking through. It's poking through the brown paper bag as well as the food saver. So on to plan B. I tried some hash browns and I'm using a Mylar bag instead of the brown paper bag. But as you can see, it's poking through again. I even put a bay leaf in here just to deter any bugs or anything. But I guess that was a futile effort because it's still not working. And you can see it's pretty well sealed. But I don't think it's going to stay that way for long term because it's poking through here in several different places along here, which I didn't think it would do, especially through this thick Mylar bag. So these hash browns are probably not going to stay this way and will have to be repacked. So on to what is this? Plan B, plan C? I think it's plan C. I've got my mason jars, quart size, in the oven, sanitizing, and I am going to oven can my pasta. So I set my oven to 215, and I'm going to sanitize these for 20 minutes. Yeah, I think that's what it is, 20 minutes. At this point in time, I'm like delirious, but 20 minutes on 215. So I also have this 25-pound bag of jasmine rice I need to repack for long-term storage as well. So I was thinking that I would use my vacuum sealer and seal them up but in the Mylar bags, but I had a problem with those last time. And I have some oxygen absorbers, which is my backup pack, but again, the last time I tried to use them with these thick Mylar bags I was putting 2 and 3 in there and it still wasn't working. So I'm not sure that's the way to go. So the plan I've come up with is I'm going to fill my jars with the pasta that I was oven sanitizing. And I'm going to oven can them, and then whatever jars I have left, I'm going to fill with rice and oven can the rice at the same time as well. So right now I'm just going to fill up my jars with the pasta that I have, and then I'm going to fill up whatever jars I have remaining with rice. So this is plan E, I think. I don't know, but these plans are starting to run together and get long, but backup plan I'm going to call it from now on. So this is my backup plan for my vacuum seal project that didn't work. Okay, so now I have all my pasta in the jars and I have 10 jars left. So I'm going to fill those up with rice. Okay, so now that I have all my rice filled up with the remaining jars, and these are quart size, I am going to put them in the oven. And this is where the information varies greatly. Some people do it at 230 for an hour. Some people do it at 200 for an hour. Some people do it at 200 for half an hour. And I should have realized, because my oven runs hot, I should have done it at 200. But as you can see, I done it at 230 for an hour. Now, this is the rice I had left, just over 7 pounds, well, 7 pounds, 10 ounces out of that 25-pound bag after I filled up 10 of the quart-sized jars. So I have to figure out what to do with the rest of this. Okay, so the hour is up, and I'm going to take my hot jars out of the oven, and I'm going to wipe the rims with a damp, not wet, but damp, very damp tissue that has some vinegar on it, just in case the rims have anything on them. And then I'm going to put my warm lid on and my ring as tight as I will get it, or as tight as my hands could get it. And then I'm going to place it back into the oven, which is still on. Now, she did it. She put it back in the oven, for the warm oven, the hot oven, for 15 minutes. And then everything was sealed for her. But let's see what my results are, because this is the kind of day I've been having. Okay, so all my jars are back in the oven with their lids and rings on as tight as I could get them. And I'm going to let them sit in this hot oven for an additional 15 minutes, and then they should all seal. Okay, so after the 15 minutes, I turned my oven off and let it completely cool down. And they looked like they sealed when I went to check on them. So I pulled them out once they were completely cooled down, and I started taking the rings off just to double check the seal. And that's when I noticed that quite a few of them were not sealed. When I took most of the rest of them off, they were not sealed. So what did I do? I processed them again for another hour with the seal, with the lid on it, with the ring on it, with the ring on it, for another hour. So this is the results the next day, because I left them in there overnight. I just couldn't bring myself to sit there and watch them cool down. But as you can see, the rice was great. I checked all the seals. The seals are great. I took the rings off. They're wonderful. The rice is perfect. I can't say anything, or I can't see anything wrong with that. But as you will see, my pasta, it's quite dark, and I started noticing at the bottom of my pasta, it looks like they're kind of crispy. I noticed when I was doing the oven sanitizing at the beginning that it was, some of the pieces were brown that were closest to the bottom of the pan, but I didn't think anything of it. But now I'm thinking I may have burnt my pasta, or sort of made it a little crispy. I don't know. This is the first time I'm doing this, so hopefully it will be okay. I mean, I guess in a pinch, if we have to eat it, then we will eat it. But the next time I do this, there will be definitely a next time. As soon as I can find some jars, then I will turn it down to 200 degrees for 30 minutes.